Let's learn about some array methods that allow us to make modifications to our arrays, like combining two of them together, or taking just a portion of an array and creating a new one, or even adding or removing something right in the middle of the array. The very first one we're going to look at is concat, which is short for concatenation. We can merge these two arrays together by calling the method on the first one and giving it the second one. So I'll create a new array and store it in a variable. If I want the elements from this array to be the first elements in the new array, I start with primary engines, and then I concatenate with concat and give it the second one, which means that element will be at the end in our new array. Let's log it. And there we see our new array with all three elements in the order we expected them. What about taking a slice out of an array to create a new array? We can make a copy of just these two elements by telling JavaScript which index to start with and how far to go. Let's create a new variable to store it called small ships. Go to the fleet and slice. Now we want to start at 0 if we want the first two. And then we want to say go up to but do not include 2. And this works very similarly to the string method if you're already familiar with it. Let's log it. And we see shuttle and fighter have now been placed in their own array, and fleet remains the same. So that's something important about Splice. It does not alter the array. It doesn't remove these two. It just makes a copy of whichever ones you want, but it leaves the original array untouched. Now let's talk about Splice. Splice is different because it does in fact mutate the array and make permanent changes. So we can do several examples. One is to remove the item at index 1, which is gold, and then insert lead instead. And then we'll log the entire array so that we can see the difference. So I'll go to minerals, .splice, and then this takes up to 3 different arguments. We can say start at index 1, remove one item, and then add this element in that same spot. And we'll log it. And we see iron, lead, and uranium now instead of iron, gold, and uranium. So again, these 3 arguments, the first one says where to start, the second one says how many should be removed, and the third one says, here's something I would like you to put in its place, and you actually give the element itself. Let's do another one. This time we're going to remove an item, but we're not going to add anything new. So we'll use Splice again, and this time say at index 2, I want you to remove one element, and that's it. And we see iron and lead and uranium has been removed. What if you wanted to add something without removing anything? Let's say we wanted to add cadmium at index 1. I can start with minerals and say Splice, say go to index 1, and don't remove anything, so we give it a 0. But then add cadmium. And what that's going to do is bump everything forward so that cadmium now is at index 1, and whatever used to be at index 1 will now be at index 2. Iron, cadmium, and lead. So lead was at index 1, now it's at index 2. All right, so I'm just going to commit that real quickly. Now let's take a look at the practice. I'm giving you several different arrays, and just follow the instructions to find out what it is you're supposed to do and which method you're supposed to use, and you'll get some good practice. That's all I've got on this topic. We will see you in the next one.